I've taken the liberty of activating the Bat Computer remote terminal, sir.
It's another crazy night in Gotham, with Arkham escapees flooding through the city. We've got goons in the streets, thugs in the park, and Poison Ivy in the Botanic Gardens. Even Killer Moth, who's apparently tearing up the power station. Killer Moth? For real? Wow, Killer Moth. Who knew? Oh, and some kind of break-in at Ace Chemicals. Be careful out there, people.
Just like Arkham.
So I can stop carrying this? I mean, now we have other samples. That guy can't go anywhere without making a mess.
Didn't just break in here to do this.
Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes, and this is the 5th level of the game, which is Chemical Crisis, and this is definitely the longest level in this game. And it took Skar and I almost 30 minutes, I think, but that's also including the cutscenes. I think without the cutscenes it'd be, I don't know, 25 minutes, 20 minutes. Either way, it's still a pretty long level, and I kinda wish more of the levels were like this, because the whole game is around 4 hours long, and for this one level just to be 30 minutes is kinda saying a lot. So anyway, the point of this level is to pick up different, what are they called? Elements, I guess, because it's like mercury and whatever else they say in the cutscene later on, but it's to pick up the different elements and chemicals. I guess I should have just called them chemicals. The point is to pick up the different chemicals, and there are 5 of them, and it actually takes a while to get to the 5 different chemicals, and once you do actually get them all, there's still a whole other extra part of the level that you have to do, so it's not a short level, as I have already said, and it's also one of the better made levels, I think. It's one of my favorites. Even though the previous one is definitely my favorite in this game, just because it has a scarecrow in it. And once you are here, you need to get the electricity suit for Batman, which involves using Robin's hazard suit to clear up this mess of acid, which is on the terminal, and once you jump into that with the electricity suit, you can jump up the electrified ladder after getting shot in the face with a pie. And that guy was a great shot with that pie because he killed me in mid-air. And of course, right, that part is kind of weird because you have to jump over the railing, and it's kind of hard to do. I don't really know why they didn't put a ramp on it. Anyway, get over to the left and get that other chemical. And once you have that, that water tube will open, and those guys can hold their breath for a really long time. And it's kind of amazing what Joker can make his minions do for him when he needs them to do things. But then again, it's all fictional, so they can do whatever the heck they want. And this is a LEGO game, and you cannot argue with LEGO logic. And then you need to use Robin's hazard suit to pull the lever over there to the right inside this tube so the water level drains, and you can jump into it with Batman so you can actually get across to the other side. And here what you have to do is use Batman's suit to get up the ladder, and the only reason that ladder is electrified is so Robin can't get up it without turning into his magnet suit. So the magnet terminal, suit terminal, is down the stairs and to the left in that corner. Jump into it and climb up these magnetized poles here, or pipes I guess they are. And once you get up to the top, you have to use his magnet on the blue object, on that blue weight there. And that will open up this platform, which also opens up a terminal, or the area thing which Batman can use his electricity on, and then you have to get the third chemical. And once you get that chemical, the platform should come right out of this acid, which kind of looks like the acid that turned Joker into the person who he is today. Or maybe that didn't happen to him, I don't know. Well, I know that did, but there's no definite... There's like no definite past for the Joker.
He was the Red Mask or whatever.
Well, yeah, there's no definite thing for him though.
There's a thing for him,
Yeah, but it's not... There's like a bunch of different origins for him. There's a few, not one. Like it even said there's never been an exact origin for the Joker, which is how it should be. But anyway, that's could be argued, I guess, until the end of time. Now here's also kind of interesting, and you just need to. Well, it's kind of okay. Maybe not that part. Anyway, there's a part where there's going to be those 4 barrels that are actually going to be a little bit difficult to jump across. But that's later on in this level, and for this next part, just use Robin's magnet suit to pull open or pull out those blue shiny barrels and get the 4th thing of acid there, vial of acid, I guess you could call it. And then these other minions should come out onto these barrels, and this is the part I was talking about. Once you get rid of the minions, you just need to jump across to the other platform, and that one set of barrels to the right is annoying because it goes slow and then it speeds up, so you'll jump over to it thinking, oh, I can make it, but then you fall and die. But right there, that did not happen to me or Scar, so we got kind of lucky, but that part is a little bit tricky if you're not good at jumping, but it's not too bad. Here you need to match the different acid chemical colors with the tubes on the wall there, so the blue, yellow, green, I think are the colors. You just match those up and fire the acid into the tube. Or the chemicals, I guess. I guess it's not always an acid, it could be a base for all I know. And once you do that, they should mix up into that other thing and neutralize the set of the other chemical to the right here, which I guess turns it into water. Which obviously it had water into it. You know, now I'm trying to get into chemistry and make myself sound smart, but this is a LEGO game and I probably shouldn't be doing that. So anyway, Scar was just going around the bottom there to get the studs, and I forgot you can jump into the water while you're electrified, because for some reason you can. You would think you wouldn't be able to, but you can. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. And then you have to use the water to put out the acid to get rid of the chemical under this lever, and pull the lever which will open up the gate. And man, this is a long level. So once those minions come down, you'll see that they have a forklift with them. And you just need to destroy all the minions who are controlling it, and use your battering onto this ladder up here to the left, and that will obviously let you climb up the ladder. And then you have to pull this lever, which will open up this pipe, and then here you need to open up the other pipe to the right side of that tube. And to do that, you have to use Batman's electrified suits. And you just need to walk onto these pipes here to the right, jump onto the different points on the wall, the poles or handles onto the wall, and you get that, was that a purple stud up there, and pull this other lever, which will open up the other pipe, and that will drain all of the water inside the... Oh wait, no, it won't drain all the water, but it'll let Robin jump into it because I guess all the pressure has been released now. And then Robin can get up to the top and pull the lever, which will then drain the water, and then you can pick up the chemical, which is out of that chemical vat thing from the bottom there. And that will be the 5th and final chemical. But not the end of the level, don't be fooled.
Promethium, xenon, mercury, tantalum, and diamond.
I mean, those aren't the chemicals he spilled all over the floor?
No. He left the empty bottles down there, and it wasn't any of these. What he stole was to make something else.
So, we're gonna leave now, right?
Yes.
Now that you are about halfway through the level, you basically need to escape from the factory, and you will first be confronted with a lot of pools of chemicals laying around here, which, if you are Batman, you can jump around them on the sides pretty easily, but it would definitely be easiest if Robin got rid of them all. And Robin doesn't need to get rid of them all, he only needs to get rid of the ones in front of the levers and in front of the important parts. You don't have to waste your time clearing every single chemical pool, but I guess you could if you had OCD or something. And Robin needs to put out this fire here, and if you ever run out of water, there's obviously that square of water in the middle there. And once Robin puts out the fire, he needs to build this terminal here, which is the acrobat suit. And then Robin just needs to throw his pole onto, or his stick staff thing onto the place where he can spin, and get over here to the right. And then Robin needs to get into his acro ball and move the platform over so Batman can get over, because Batman needs to use his electricity suit to open up the different pipes and tubes there so you can actually continue on. And first thing to do would just be to close this first one and then open up the second one. The third one is a mini kit, I think, but it's not necessary for finishing the level, so you don't have to do it. And once you open up the second one, you will be able to get the power suit, and you have to use that to open up this gate by using Batman's super strength ability. And I was just trying to blow up this shiny object here because I wanted to. There's really no reason to, but why not? And open up the gate, walk over to the right, and use his power suit yet again to blow up some of the shiny objects here and that shiny ladder. And it's not really a ladder, but it's a pole which Robin will be able to climb up in his acrobat suit. And up here he needs to build a grapple point so Batman can get up. And it is very annoying trying to get some of those grapple points to show up when you're on split screen, just because it just isn't made well. And you'll get it eventually if you're playing 2-player, but that definitely could have been done better, I think, with the whole grapple thing. And right here, for some reason, the B button was not working for me. But once you pull that open, you have to use Robin yet again to follow the studs onto this platform and jump up to the top. And this part is also a little bit tricky because you'll get pushed off for no good reason sometimes. But once you get up to the top, Robin just needs to destroy this ladder here, or destroy the thing holding the ladder up, so Batman can climb up and use his power suit yet again on the other shiny object. And once you blow that up, a bridge will conveniently be made for you, and all you have to do is go across it to do yet another set of puzzles that will let you continue on. And I thought that that was actually really cool with that Joker face there, because it definitely seems like something that Joker would do if he could. Especially this kind of jokester, trickster Joker that they have in this game, instead of the sociopathic maniac that he normally is. Anyway, just blow up this shiny silver object that was conveniently once again put in your path, and then take out some extra enemies and destroy the different computer type things that are to the left and to the right of the screen. And this was actually pretty fun for Scar, and it would seem like it'd be pretty fun if I could do it, but I don't play as Robin very often. And what you need to do is build the acroball thing, and that will let you kind of control a computer. And it's kind of it's not anything that is entirely perfect or something I'd want to have forever, you know, but I don't know, I just thought it was interesting how they put that in though. Because you use the acroball to move the mouse around, and you know, it actually isn't really all that amazing whatsoever, but it's still fun, and that's the point, right? But once you use that, the icy mist will get shut off, and you'll be able to climb up. Or go across, not climb up. And these stupid stairs at the top have a lip that you can't walk over, you have to jump over, so you'll end up sliding off if you don't jump over it, and it's just kind of a nuisance. It's not really anything terrible. I don't know, I'm pointing out all the bad things in this game. At some point I'll be pointing out the good things. Anyway, just climb up to the top here with Robin. And now you need to use his acroball once again to move this platform. And this part was actually pretty fun too. And you have to let Batman get over, but first he has to get his electricity suit here down to the right. And Batman can either grapple up to the top, or you can use Robin to get the platform to work with Batman. And then suck up the electricity there, which will open up the gates. And as for Robin, you need to throw your stick pull staff thing into that point there, and then flip on over to the right. And then jump down once you are able to. And then here you'll once again have to use Robin's acrobat pull to get across that, or to get across these boxes of chemicals. And once you do that, Robin needs to pull the lever so they get shut off so Batman can get across. And then with your electrified suit, you need to put your electricity into the terminal, hopefully without dying. And this next part, you actually get to play as Superman.
Hi, guys.
Wow!
Calm down.
Again. Wow! That is great! Isn't that great, Batman?
Destroyed all the evidence of the crime scene.
And after that hilarious cutscene, you get to play with Superman, as I said before the cutscene started, and his abilities are actually a lot of fun. First of all, he can fly. Second of all, he's invincible. Third of all, he has ice breath. And fourth of all, he has laser vision. All of those obviously come in handy, and you will pretty much be using those different abilities throughout the rest of the game. Although there will be some points where you won't be playing as Superman, and of course his weakness is still kryptonite, which will play a role later on, but that should be... everyone should have predicted that the second that they saw Superman in this game. And right there, you just use his ice breath instead of having to use Robin's ice suit, because there isn't an ice suit for Robin, and climb up that, and here we are just... I think it's Scar playing right now, just flying around just for fun. And... he cannot destroy shiny silver objects, which is a little bit disappointing, but I guess it makes sense because he doesn't have any explosives anywhere. So I guess it isn't disappointing, but, you know, you get the idea. But you just have to use Batman's power suit to blow up this shiny object to get Robin's hazard suit. And to get the power suit, you blow up those shelves that were laying around there. And, oh, I also forgot, Superman has X-ray vision, which can be used in place of Batman's sensor suit. And especially in the open world, it is just great having Superman because he can almost do anything besides the acrobat stuff that Robin can do, except you can fly, so you don't really need to. And besides the stuff that the Flash can do, which you need the Flash to build certain Lego objects. So here you once again need to match up the different tubes with the different colors of chemicals, and they aren't as conveniently placed as the first three were. You have to look for them. And the first one is right in front of them, the second one is up here, which we just did, and the third one is all the way to the right. And once you get all three of those filled up, the different chemicals will rise. Those lava-looking spouts spewing acid, chemical base, whatever they were, will turn into water, and then you can use Superman's ice breath to turn it into ice so you can actually climb up to the top. And then you're going to have to go all the way back, well I guess not all the way back, but you're going to have to go back to the left where you picked up the power suit to switch back to the electricity suit so you can get through the big barrier of electricity and hopefully don't die when you do that. Just when playing on 2-player, the depth is really hard to determine in this game. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Scar and I were playing on a smaller monitor, on a smaller screen than we normally play on. And, like, I mean a monitor instead of a TV. I don't know. Or maybe everyone has that problem. But either way, just suck up the electricity. That will stop those big giant balls from zapping everything. And here you can use Superman's laser vision to open up this golden wall here. And you're actually going to be using his laser vision on everything golden, because as far as I know, it's one of the... well, for right now it's the only thing you have to use, but there will be other, you know, Justice League heroes you can use to destroy or zap the golden walls or objects. And he can also fly and use it, which I think was pretty cool. Not used to being able to fly in Lego games. And once you get this water going here, just freeze it, climb up it, go over to the right. And use your electricity, Batman's electricity, into this terminal, which will allow you to go up the elevator. Now once you're finally out of the burning factory, you still have to get out of the burning factory. And that will involve going over there to the right, which first thing to do would be to have Batman do it. Because he really is the only one that could get over there besides Superman, and you still are going to need Robin over there, which is the only reason that you bother turning it off. Actually, no, you don't exactly need Robin, but you have to turn it off so you can turn off the electricity over the other Batsuit terminal that you're going to need. And this part is kind of annoying because you come over here, you suck up the electricity, then you have to run all the way back to the left. And it may be a little bit easier to let the computer do it for you, and by that I mean if you're playing as Batman on single player, drop out, or not drop out, but switch characters and let Batman come over on his own. And you obviously need to be over there first, so that just includes switching to Superman and flying over there. But once you do finally get over there, switch into the power suit and then walk all the way back over. And it really is easier if the person you're playing with isn't moving a lot. Just if the screen stays stationary, then your life is easier. Which is why I think single player is a lot easier than co-op, but as I've said before, co-op is a lot more fun than single player. So anyway, destroy these shiny silver supports, and that will be the end of the level.
So, who blew this up?
Long story. We've got it covered.
Okay, well, just let me know if... volcano in Mexico. Call me if you need me!
Batman, maybe he could help with this. I mean, he's had a lot of experience dealing with Lex Luthor.
We don't need him.
Well, it seems like just now we needed him.
We would have been fine jumping off the roof.
I think we would have broken our legs.
We've broken our legs before.
Yeah, but I didn't like it. I mean, if we just call him.
Robin, we can't go through life expecting Superman or anyone else to save us whenever things get tough. The only people we can rely on is ourselves. Batcomputer, tie-in.
Batcomputer, remote tie-in active.
Access chemical database. What substance can be produced through a combination of the following chemicals? Promethium, xenon, mercury, tantalum, and dialum.
Accessing. No substance found.
What substance can be approximated through the combination of the chemicals?
Accessing. Listed chemicals can combine to form an approximation of kryptonite.
Kryptonite? We better call Superman.
Not going to call Superman. Activate tracking systems. Detect nearby sources of kryptonite.
Affirmative.